Bam, ba-bam, bam, bam. Welcome to App Stupid on the Weekends. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. This is us just doing shows that we don't normally do because we cut content through the week. But there's so much news that's out there, we just got to give our opinion. So sit back, relax, have a good laugh, and welcome to App Stupid on the Weekends. Yeah, shout out to everybody rocking with us. It's Big Vern. You know what we do. App Stupid on the Weekends. Whew. A beautiful Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure you all party responsibly. You know, don't stay out too late. Don't drink too much because you got to go to work the next day. We got a crazy show for you today. We got Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum breaks the back of the New York Knicks. He puts up 40 and proves unequivocally that he is the superstar of that team. Then Dusty may he or may he not? The Michigan Wolverines, they beat the Indiana Hoosiers yesterday in college basketball, and he was asked repeatedly about taking the Hoosier job at the end of the season, and we'll get into his response. Ben Simmons, there is a Ben Simmons sighting. Ben Simmons is planning to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers. We'll get more into that and that story. Then Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon has his fines revisited by the NFL for something he did not say. Also, we asked the question, is that a violation of his First Amendment rights? Then we talk about the obvious, the elephant in the room. The Los Angeles Laker trade blows up. Who do you blame? Who do you blame? These stories and many more when we come back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Now, bam, 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 bam. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. Promoting a new rap album, The Mussolini, True Player in the Game, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is True Game, Her and Her. That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. Feels Better, Fly With Me featuring Jimmy Waters and many more. The Mussolini, True to the Game, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to the Moose. Shout out to the Moose. I like the Mussolini. I thought it was a dope project. However, going to talk about this Mark Williams situation with the Los Angeles Lakers. This deal actually fell through. The Los Angeles Lakers trade for center Mark Williams has rescinded because of the Charlotte Hornets' failure to satisfy conditions of the trade. And Williams had failed his physical. The Lakers have agreed to a trade with Dawson Knecht and Cam Reddish, a 2031 first-round pick and a 2030 pick swap in exchange for Williams. But when the deal voided, the players and the picks will return to their original terms and teams. So, if you all have been living under a rock, you know that they traded Anthony Davis for Luka. That left a void for them at center. And because that left a void at center, the Lakers have been doing any and everything to try and get a center to balance out that team. And this trade that they were making with the Charlotte Hornets would have given them an experienced big man in the middle that would have taken the pressures off of a Luka Doncic or off of a LeBron James. Now, this backfired on the Lakers big time because Mark Williams wasn't the organization's pick. And what I mean by that is that the Lakers brass, they were not looking at Mark Williams. This wasn't LeBron's pick. And they won't tell you that in the media. LeBron had no idea. He wasn't even consulted on this whole Mark Williams trade. Well, then whose pick was it? He was Luka's pick, per Rob Palinka, saying that that's the type of center that he wants to play with. So here it is, Rob Palinka, a day after Luka is making his debut, He's fielding questions about who do you want to play with and what players should we go target. And Rob Palinka and Luka conspired to get Mr. Mark Williams out of Charlotte. And now that this thing is blown up, does this show that Rob Palinka is incapable of making a competent trade? I don't know. But the fact that they didn't even consult LeBron James shows you that they are looking towards the future. Luka Doncic is the future of the franchise, not LeBron James. Now, the locker room could be a bit tumultuous because here it is. These guys that you haven't met, you probably you've never played with these dudes. All of a sudden, you were okay trading these guys away. And you hadn't even gotten there. You was complicit in trading these guys away to get another piece. Now, I know people can say, oh, business is business, but you have a human component in business. These guys are allowed to feel some certain way about Luka Doncic because, hey, look, you try to get rid of me way before we had to go ahead and make a play. I don't know how to make you feel. And because everything blew up in Rob Palinka's face, he tried to give himself some cover, saying they fully vetted the health stuff. He's had no surgeries, so these are just parts that he is still going to grow into his body. We vetted the injuries, and now we're not concerned about those. We will have a chance to have a physical and continue to do a deep dive and make sure what we've talked about and seen in the EMRs, we're confident. So we will still have the step in the process, so doing a full physical before a trade becomes official. So I don't know what they found. And then they said that Mr. Williams here failed his physical, but they never said what he failed for. And I don't want to get into the realm of speculation because people will sit here and say, oh, it's marijuana or it's some sort of illegal drugs. But in California, marijuana is legal, so that wouldn't be a hurdle anyway. And if you take Palinka at his word, he wasn't even concerned with the health stuff. So it had to be something overtly serious for the Los Angeles Lakers, where they're saying, hey, look, this is our process. And he failed this process, but they won't tell you what he failed for. And anyone that does, they come out and they say this stuff without confirmed reports from multiple sources, they're lying to you. This was a massive blow for the Lakers. As Jackson Hayes, he's the only available center on their 15-man roster. While he played well recently as a spot starter, he's closer to being a fringe rotation player on the starting center on a team with championship aspirations. He's not going to be the starter on a team with championship aspirations because of his youth. He's inexperienced. He still has to grow. He still has to develop. And that's problematic for LA fans because Laker fans want to win right now. And they feel like their best chance to win was a physical that was failed. And now we're past the trade deadlines. And this leaves the Lakers in a bad spot. This leaves the Lakers in a bad spot. And they're screwed big time. Because now they have to pull from players in the buyout markets, the free agency, or their two-way player system contracts they have out there, and or the G League. And at first, let me say this: those two-way player contracts are highway robbery. Those are ridiculous. You have guys who they have to play in the G League and they have to play in the NBA, but you can play no more than 59 games in the NBA, but you still have to honor your G League obligations. So how is a guy supposed to give you his all, his everything, if he's got to play 2 games a night? He had to play a competitive G League game, Then he's got to drive to wherever we're at and get warmed up and then get on the bench because he's got to play again for half the money, none of the benefits. And at any given time, you can just send him back down to the G League. This is the Lakers doing what the Lakers have always done: capitulate to stars instead of build rosters. They did it with LeBron James. They consulted with LeBron James. They went out, they got everything LeBron wanted. And he won a bubble championship. Now you have Luka Doncic, and you're starting to try and give Luka those same concessions, and it's blowing up early. And I'll leave you with this finally, is that in business, if it starts bad, it's going to end bad. This is starting bad. And that's always been my personal mantra. If it starts bad, it's going to end bad. And this has the potential to end very bad, at least for the time being. If you are in the LA area, get in the chat. Let me know how you feel about this trade blowing up in their face. I'll be back.